Hi, I'm Harish Gurjeti, founder of Cloud Optimize. Welcome back to my channel. Today, we are going to continue our journey on setting up a contact center using Amazon Connect. So, in the previous video, I showed you how to create an Amazon Connect instance. Today, we are going to do not do actually, we're going to learn how to configure the first instance, how to set up your contact center, the basics, and then we are going to go step by step deep dive into each of the topics. So in today's video, so this is the my console and Amazon Connect. I have one instance running. As you see, as active, it has inbound and outbound telephony enabled, like last time when I showed you in the setup. So this is the URL for my instance, and when you log in, it's going to take you to the dashboard. So this is the primary step. Like basically when you have a very brand new instance of Amazon Connect, this is what you'll see. And what you're seeing here is a very beautiful step-by-step workflow that you have to configure so that your setup is complete, right? So Amazon did an awesome job doing creating a step-by-step sequence of things that you need to do so that you can get your contact center up and running. So this is really cool compared to other products that I have used. So let's go into each of these steps. So in this video we're going to go each of these steps, and then in the next video, subsequent videos, we're going to deep dive into each of these sections as well. So first thing, it says explore your channels of communication. So basically what you want to what do you want to do? You want to because I enabled telephony and also chat, so it is showing both the options. So let's talk about here. It says claim your phone number. So the task is pretty simple. So you go ahead, click begin, and then you select a country where you want to where your customers will call, or the number from which you want to call. You can actually pick so many any number of phone numbers here, but first let's just select. So the direct inward dialing number, it shows you bunch of options available. So this is it. So, or if you want to go ahead and select a toll-free number, you select toll-free, and these are the options available, right? So the direct inward dialing, and we can pick based on your area code. You can pick, or it doesn't matter what you which number you want. You can pick any number here. So that's that. When you select that number, let's I don't know, 619 213. Click next, and okay, that number probably is already taken while I've been doing it. So that's how you pick the number of your phone. So let's just skip it. And then the next thing, that's about uh, finding a number and claiming your number, right? So next thing is how to test a chat. So we go ahead and click on test chat, and here you select activate the control panel. So that will show you how it looks, basically, from. So if this is your website, your chat will be here, and then this is the agent panel, this is the website. So you can test here. So hey, you can say hey. So these are all system messages that are coming. This is just to see how things are working. See here, you got an you select accept chat, and then hey, as you can see, the chat is working in both sides, right? So you can see how the experience will be, and then here you're seeing the time of the chat, right? And the time elapsed and everything over here. So you say share your question. So what you have here in the chat window is you have this task. So for example, for this customer, you probably have to, if you're a retail store, or you have to create a new something, you have a task that you have to complete to be able to fulfill this user. So you go ahead and create a task here and say, hey, task name, uh, provide new available, something like that, right? So, and you can schedule the time and save the task, and and I don't have multiple users at this time, so we'll get to it later. And then you can create a task so that the task is assigned to that respective person. So that's really easy. That's how the chat works. And as you can see, the you can experience both on the customer side and you can on the agent side. So let's just say and chat that is done. So that's how the chat works. You can minimize this on the website. So as you see, this is just to test whether the chat is working or not. So now let's get back to where we were. So now we know how to claim a number, how to make sure that chat is working. The next thing is we have to set the hours of operations for your business. By default, it's available all the time, right? So it's always open, like that is what it is. So if you want to go ahead and add new hours, you type a name like business hours, type description, select a time zone. Just say EST, and then you pick a time like 9 to 5 or whatever it is, and then select everything and save. So the hours are saved, right? So now if you go back, you have this hours saved, the default one, and it says queue assignment. Nothing is assigned to this at this time. So that default one is always available, right? So this one is something we created. You can create as many hours of operation as you want based on where your agents are. That's the next one. Then you have the queues. I mean, self-explanatory. You have by default you have one queue, which is called the basic queue, and then you can create queues for your marketing, sales, customer support. It depends on how your business is set up. You can set up different queues for different for returns. If you are a retail company, online retail returns, you can set up a return queue, who process returns, shipping queues, who logistics. So you can do whatever number of queues you want based on your business requirements. That's the queues. Then we have the prompts are pretty like what do you hear, right? So there's so many prompts that are already there. So like these are all the music, like I mean jazz music. By the time, like when you put them on hold or when they get started, and if they're in queue, these are things that they will hear. So what you can do is you can create a new prompt. Basically you can upload a wave file, like you can say that could be your message of for your business. Like for sometimes if you call your credit card company customer service, you'll hear about their marketing messages, you'll hear about their offers and things like that. Those wave files can be uploaded here and added to that and used as prompts. So whenever you put them on hold or whenever they're in line waiting, they can go ahead and hear those prompts. Flows are the core. Basically, as you know, flows are the whole, the entire connect works based on flows. So is this the flows allow you to design your customer experience, right? So Amazon flows integrate with multiple things like Lambda to get data from database, or Lex to for natural language based interactions. There's so much stuff that flows can do, and flows are the core aspect of connect, and we'll spend a lot of time on flows when we get to that section. So by default you will have a lot of a bunch of flows that you can look at here. So default customer queue, customer whisper, outbound, sample A/B test, sample disconnect flow, inbound flow. For example, sample Lambda integration. If you click on it, it'll open. This is the flow, and this is the flow editor, which is pretty pretty cool, and that you can design your flows very easily using this, the editor. And we'll talk about those things in a little later in the videos. But now this is how. So play prompt. Then you have the Lambda function integration here, and then here the attributes chat no match. And so it depends on how your business wants, we can create, we have these flows, right? So that's so super cool. And we'll talk about flows a lot. We'll spend a lot of time on different types of flows. So next thing is routing profiles. Routing profiles is, as the name explains, right, where do you want to route the call. So you have a queues. You heard the term queues are nothing but sales, marketing and stuff. And then you have the agents, which are who. So if I'm a person, I can be in different queues. I can be in a sales queue, I can be in a support queue, and I can be in returns queue, right? And the routing profile will, when you create a routing profile, it tells you how many queues are associated with that routing profile, and which agents are associated with that routing profile. So that is what this routing profile is. And in that routing profile are you enabling voice, are they allowed to chat, and if they are allowed to chat, for example, when they chat, are they allowed to even do voice, right, other channels. So you can configure pretty much every aspect of the how the agents behave using these routing profiles, and you can add the queues for associated with it. And even though the queue can do voice and chat, here you can restrict the queue to really even though basic queue can handle voice and chat, I can say, hey, the basic queue in this routing profile should do only voice. So there is so much stuff that you can configure, and then we'll talk about use cases for these routing profiles in the future videos. So that's routing profiles. So now let's get back. Then you have finally users. So without data, without users, obviously you don't have anything in the system, nothing to do. So here users, so you can, so I only have one user, so basically you can add new users, like this, right? And then you have different security profiles, right? You have an admin, agent, call center manager, qual. These are the four different security profiles. You can create more, we'll talk about, that's the admin job, we'll talk about those later, but these are the different security profiles. So users, the best way to get users in the system, there are a couple of ways, right? One is adding manually. The other one is to download the CSV and add these users using the CSV file. So so you can just fill the CSV file and upload it, and then you can add the users into the system, right? So that's the easier way to get all the users in the system. So that's when you do all these steps here. So here you can also do is say hide the guide, and then you will see the dashboard, and you can say click, and then you'll see that because you didn't do anything, it's showing these steps. So that is what it says. And then right now this dashboard says like basic queue on contact, because I'm one agent, so it shows one. So once you do all these steps, then you have other like quick connects for queues, security profile, agent status, hierarchy. Those are the advanced stuff that you can do after you go through the initial 7 steps. So as you see, I mean, it is pretty self-explanatory, and it is like anyone with good IT experience in your team, in your business, can really help you out with this, to at least do the basic stuff. And once you have it set up and running, and then you test it for a couple of, then you know the power of the Amazon Connect, and then you can decide, hey, now I understand the basics, now what can I do, how can I use this for my business, right? So those are the questions that will come once you get familiar with the basic stuff of Amazon Connect. So yeah, that's it for this video. I just wanted to show you how you configure the basic instance. In the next video, I'll have all these things configured and set up, so that you will see a real instance, a working instance at that time, and then we'll deep dive into each of these sections in the coming videos. I hope this video is useful. Go ahead, subscribe to my channel, and then we'll talk about Amazon Connect in the next video. Thank you.